Well, we got that ball joint out. We're going to let that cool. While that's cooling, we're going to swap all this stuff off this strut. It's pretty easy on this setup. Not super complicated. So what you need to do is pay attention to orientation. So the way this is, it makes a weird shaped triangle. That one is lined up straight with the mount. So when I go to figure all this out and put it back together, I just make sure I have the outsides of the two together and lined up. And yes, a lot of people say don't use this style clamp. I have the other style clamp. It is kind of a pain in the butt a lot of the time. Works really good on front wheel drive cars. I've not had good luck on trucks or other stuff. So I just kind of set it up the way I want. And that's what I end up using. I set them off 180 degrees from each other. Okay, so I start putting tension on them. Then, ooh, that's not a 19? That's a 19. Oh, it's because the stud's so long. So let me grab this one. And my 19. And what I do is put some tension on it. And then I will slowly let this out and periodically check this. And I get it where we're right towards the end. Because so many of these you get to the point where you're taking it off and the strut bellow cap thing will make it where you can't really get the nut and stuff out. I don't really like that. And now the strut cap is stuck on this because it's encased in rubber. So I gotta knock it off. There we go. There we go. Old one's gone. Okay. Now we take the new one. And just make sure you line up the tang with everything. Okay. I'll flip this to that side. That we reuse, which is the lower cushion. You get the spring perch. So, correct orientation. I got too happy. Now the strut caps goes back on. Okay. All right. So this is gonna go that way. That side's out. This is facing downward. Going to pull that on. And we're gonna put this nut on. And all I'm trying to do is put a little bit of spring tension on the nut. Now, that's all on there. There we go. That strut now together. New strut cap, old spring, bottom isolator, it's factory, and then lower cup. So this is pretty much ready to go back in. I have all the old bushings, or all the new bushings in all the arms that I wanted to replace. All that's been done. So essentially now I just get to reinstall everything. Now some of the things I've done, like I pushed in these white line bushings. I really like the white line stuff. This was a non-greasable ball joint. Upper ball joint. I literally drilled the cap and greasered it. I don't know why it would cause a problem. Hopefully it doesn't, but it now can be greased. So I'm going to try to line these up and get these all back in. So they make these upper ball joints for this car in factory or adjustable. I did not buy the adjustable. I plan on leaving stock tire size on it, stock height, everything. The reason I would really see wanting to have the degreeable is either you're trying to make the car handle better, or you're lowering it or something and changing the geometry, which I'm not trying to do. So I just put factory styles back in. I'm going to pop in that lower ball joint real quick. And hopefully it goes pretty good. Hope it does. It was fun doing it the first time. Let's see if the second time is just as fun. So, I have this cup that fits the top really good. And I have this lower that fits the bottom pretty good. So, it's quite fun getting all this lined up by yourself. But kind of get used to it over the years. Working stuff long enough alone. Kind of get used to it. Okay. Get through. I think. Maybe. We'll see. Oh. Not quite. But almost. Snap rings now on. Sweetness. So we're gonna throw the greaser in there, which I don't remember. I think it's a 10 mil. It's all done. So eventually, I got all new parts to put in here now. So we're gonna take a break. We'll get back at this. Okay. So show you guys a couple things. All right, things you have to watch for doing white line bushings. Make sure you follow the instructions on these. There are dimples, excuse me, that tells you the orientation, which way is top. So you got to make sure that you put those in like that. And the reason why is because the bushing has cutout and reliefs in it in certain ways. The bushing will give a certain way. So you need to make sure that it is set that way. And they tell you that in the instructions. And it'll like void your warranty if not. So make sure you do that correctly. Same thing on these bushings. There's a certain way that's up. And it's all laid out in the instructions. So, I mean, as long as you follow those, usually you'll be good. That was a 22, not the 21. Impact for the other one. Toss 21 on there. Oh no. 18, sorry. Yeah, that's what I tossed on there. Losing my mind. Oh, I'm tired. I've been going at it for 2-3 days straight now. Okay. So that needs to be angled a little. And I need the hammer. Because we are going to manipulate this setup. So there's a flat washer that's got to ride on both sides of these, and it's not quite large enough. So install the bolt and whack the hell out of it. So I'm able to get one in. I'm going to whack the shit out of this on the other side. Again, I don't like doing it this way. Don't have to. Hopefully, well, hopefully that's enough now. Ha! There it went. Oh, long day. Long day. I think that's going to get tack welded. All right. So, it's all now in. That goes there. We're going to have some fun now. Let's get the nut. Of course, I dropped it. Ugh. Probably have the impact right here. Alright, that's got it close. I got my pockets filled. Do you all have that problem? You guys working on stuff, do you just shove everything in your pockets? I do that quite often. I'm 21. Must be a 22. All right. Now I gotta grab my little wrench, which is probably just the 10. Now that I think about it. Yep, it's the 10. Ah, sweet. Okay. Then I gotta do the. I think that's what this nut was. So I'm looking at this side to see what nut that one is. Guessing it was these. Yep. Nope, 21. All right, so I'm gonna try to hard this out of the way for right now. So sway bar in link bolts right here. I'm trying to get it in there and tighten it down. All right. Nice. Okay. I'm gonna hang that back up again. All right, let me tighten down this other side, because when you do this, you gotta have them loose or you fight it on the other side. Now, we're gonna just a hair. We're gonna put in the cotter clip for the lower ball joint. There we go. That doesn't come out. Sweet. All right. So tight, 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 tight. All right. Now we're on to brakes, which means I get to take almost all this stuff out of my pockets. With brakes, I will die on this hill for the money. And let's say that again. For the money. I have not found anything than a PowerStop kit. So, the reason I say that, my sister had 2006 Toyota Camry she had bought brand new. And she constantly, every couple of years, I would have to do brakes on it. And not because they were wore out, because the rotors were warped. And I mean, like, pulsate the pedal, they were warped. And she'd get tired of it, and it was kind of at the point that it would need brakes. And by that I mean like halfway. So I do the brakes. Within 6 months, they were toast again. They were, and she swears she didn't ride the brakes. But I have never seen, the only times I've seen rotors warp like that is emergency stop. Rotors were too thin and got too hot and warped, or they rode the brakes. Those are the reasons on why it happens. And this was 20, this was probably 2018 when I did it. And PowerStop was just kind of starting to make a name for themselves on the, I guess, OE side is a way to put that. I don't know exactly when the company started. I haven't done a whole lot of research on them, honestly, because they just work. And that's what I care about. It is getting windy out. So, what had happened was she needed her brakes done. And I was at the point on, we need to put drilled and slotted on something. Need to do something to dissipate some heat so that she was not killing her rotors. And found PowerStop and was like, screw it, let's give them a try. Like, because you know, I come from the aftermarket world where it was like when you want to do drilled and slotted rotors, it was either super cheap brand like eBay stuff, or you had to buy like Brembo. There wasn't a whole lot of in between past any of that. And it's not on camera. So here's where I throw the new hardware on. I throw brake grease, brake caliper grease on there, and have everything in there and ready. Then toss all the hardware in. So, you know, and there's R1 concepts, you know, and they were out at that time, but they were expensive at that time. So, kind of skeptical. I put them on there. And my sister rode around for 9 months, a year, no problems. And she brought her car over. I need to do an oil change on it or something. And I didn't do oil changes really on my sister's car. She mostly paid people to do it, but randomly I would do it. So I go do an oil change and check her tires and everything, because that's what I do. I just check it all. And there's a groove in the rotor. Like a groove in the rotor. And I was just like, oh man, like that kind of sucks. Like these were, you know, supposed to be good brakes, everything like that. Emailed PowerStop. You know, here's the, you know, they want to see the receipt and the order number. I ordered them off Amazon, you know, like I do with everything. So I give them my order number, show them a picture of my receipt, everything like that. And, you know, I'm like, hey, I don't know if you want me to pull this apart, because I don't know what your warranty process is. Like, here's a picture of the rotor. It's got a groove in it. I used, you know, here's a picture of the pads. It's your guys' pads. It was a kit. You know, what's the warranty process? Send us a copy of the receipt. Send them a copy of the receipt. Yep, 100% under warranty. Sorry you have the problem. Send me out a complete another brake kit. Not, oh, we'll replace the rotor, replace pads, you know, or kind of half jekyll it, you know, type thing. It was, nope. Here's all brand new stuff. Complete kit. Now, 6 months later, My sister totaled it, and we didn't end up using it, but they gave it to me. Like, no questions asked, no arguing, no fighting, no. I was really, really surprised because most companies, you know, most car companies like that, you know, if that would have been Brembo, oh man, they would have been, oh, you did something. You know, there's no way it's a faulty Brembo pad or anything. So, ever since then, I tell my customers, they're like, oh, I need brakes. Now, the majority of what I do is I let customers buy the parts. So, you know, they ask my opinion or I tell them what they should order. But they, you know, it's you know, if I'm working on a Toyota and doing ball joints, go buy factory Toyota ball joints. Just trust me, it's easier. They last longer. We're not going to have problems with them. If you can afford Toyota control arms, buy the Toyota control arms, you know, everything. Get on Rock Auto, look up the part numbers, cross-reference it, order it wherever you want to from. I don't care. I mean, I can order it and charge you for it, but I'm going to mark it up. And I won't do it. They need brakes. Buy a PowerStop kit. Get on PowerStop's website, you put in your make and model, put in all your information. It tells you what kit you need. You can pick the high performance kit. You can pick the standard kit. Like I got, this is just a standard kit. This is not like the Street Warrior kit or Z27 or whatever the kit is. I think this is the Z17 and the other one's Z26. But, you know, get the kit. If you buy a complete PowerStop kit, complete kit, I do those brakes at $65 an axle for my labor. Basically an hour. I charge them an hour. That's all I charge them. And most of the time, I'm breaking even. Like, it takes me an hour. But I know that if we have a problem with it, the stuff's going to get warrantied. You know, I know that it's going to work. I know that everything's going to fit. I'm not going to have to worry about it. Nothing. And to me, oh man, that is worth so much. Because I don't have to worry about it. Kit shows up, I know the kit fits. I don't have to mess with anything. I just throw it on. Complete kit. And it is about the same price as if you start breaking stuff down and buying, you know, high-end rotors, you know, a Ray Bestis or, you know, a decent rotor. It's the same price, man. Really, really close to the same price. All right. So, let's get you in here. Show you everything I did. Your upper control arms. Strut. This is the strut rod. That's the lower control arm. New brakes. Did not replace the sway bar in links, but I did the exact same thing on this side. So, all done. So, this is definitely going to be a lot easier. Should stop a lot better, handle a lot better, less noise. I'm going to throw the wheels on it, and hopefully next time you see this, it's on the ground.